बंदे अच्छे हैं, बंदे अच्छे हैं।
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to yet another very inspiring episode of Life Influencers. Bandya Chair. My name is Mithun Upadhyay and I'm here to take you on a very inspiring journey. Our life influencer today hails from the Silicon Valley, the garden city of Namma Bengaluru. This individual's relationship with iPro is reaching 2 decades almost. 18 years strong with numerous awards for outstanding contributions. The most notable rewards and recognitions include 9-star club of achievements, a top of the table qualifier, 8-time $1 million round table, and 9 lifetime of MDRT achievements. On the educational front, this person holds a bachelor's degree in commerce and an inter in ICWA. So, folks, please give a warm welcome to our life influencer and a titanium eternal advisor, Miss Srikala Bhashyam from Bengaluru. Madam, namaskara and welcome to Bandya Chair.
Namaskara, Mithun. So happy to be here.
And we are very delighted to know from you about you on a beautiful journey and, of course, 18 years of a strong bond that you share with us. So let's dive into the first segment, which is my favorite one, because this is where we get a little more nostalgia, right? Go back to the early life, the family, and growing up. So my first question to you is, how did it all begin? Tell us about your family, about your childhood, and the growing up days in Bengaluru.
Okay. How it began? Okay, it began many, many decades ago. And I was pretty, I would say, mischievous and very talkative child to start with. And not never liked studies, but I was not bad at it. I was good, but really didn't enjoy studies so much. When I look back, I think it's because of the subjects. I think I liked economics, math, then stock markets. So obviously in school, nobody is going to teach you about that. Then I figured it out, and that's when I pursued commerce after my 10th standard against the family wishes, because I'm the only non-science, non-engineer in my close family. So you can imagine. So you could call it a little rebellious. And I think during my childhood days itself, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think Silicon
Wow.
Valley had its influence on me many decades ago. Even Bengaluru became a startup capital. I nurtured dreams of having my own company. So then went on to do commerce, and then kind of ICWA fascinated me. And my other dream was to be a journalist. So during my school and
Wow.
college days, I used to write poems and thought I would be a Kannada journalist. Actually, I studied in Kannada medium till my high school. So the natural choice was Kannada journalism. But then when I went to college, I started liking English too. So that's when the switch happened. And I'm so happy to tell you that I have managed to fulfill both my dreams. So first half of my career, I was a journalist. I ended before my entrepreneurship, I was the special correspondent with Times of India. And then 17, 18 years ago, I took this plunge when my dear friend said, come, let's build a business together and we'll make more money. I jumped at it. And that's how my journey started.
Tell us about your parents, about your
Yeah.
siblings, and how notorious were you as a child. And also tell me about the values that you learned being a child. Because, what we learn back in school and high school and college always remains with us. And that's what guides us forward in the journey. So tell us also about that.
Yeah, so I am my parents. We are two daughters for my parents, and dad was with the Kirloskar Electric. I mean, he was purchase manager. Mom is a very ambitious homemaker. I think
Wow.
her ambition drilled down to us. She always wanted both me and my sister to have a career, be financially independent. And of course, both of them are no more with us today. I mean, I think both of them died more than a decade ago. Having said that, they both wanted me to have a very steady job, which I never had. I changed 7 to 8 jobs. So every time I change my job, they would say, "Oh my God, why are you changing? The job is so good." I said, "You always say this for every job." So that's my parents, typical South Indian, Tambram, very happy to work hard, grow steadily. And my sister, a very brainy sister, she was a software professional many years ago and went on to, even become a R&D director for some of the leading MNCs in Bangalore. And then I got married in 93. So I dated my husband for 2 years and then we got married. So, and no opposition from the family, luckily, because I chose a really smart guy. And
Wow.
then
So
yeah, his name is Rajkumar. So for people from Bangalore, it's not easy to forget that name. And
that's the word.
incidentally, I share my date of birth with Dr. Rajkumar and
Wow.
Sachin Tendulkar. So I tell people out of three, one is gone. Two celebrities are left, being very modest.
Was Srikala an outstanding student or an out of class standing student?
Definitely not an outstanding student, but in my childhood days, I was pretty good. I mean, I used to be among the top three or four. But later, I think my interest, I told you, no, I think I like more of creative part of it. I mean, I always wanted to be Zara Hatke. So I suppose education didn't interest me. So that also has made me, because I told you I was a slightly, what do you say? I wouldn't say mischievous, but in school I was pretty mischievous. So I had written a nasty poem about my teacher, and my friends read out to her, and she made sure that I stand outside the class, and that is a craft teacher, so I didn't miss it because I'm not good at those things. So I was very happy to be outside the class during those periods. So that is the out of the class student. Otherwise pretty good, pretty decent. I mean, though I didn't like studying, but not so bad student.
But you're being modest about I was third and fourth. Wow, imagine the ones who are at the bottom of it. If you're third and fourth, where are we? Well, with this laughter and happiness, it's so good to hear about your childhood. Let's move to the next segment, A Pursuit of Happiness, where we talk about what gets you going. What is an awakening call within you that gets you happy? So, how did your journey with life insurance start, and what made you get into the line of life insurance industry?
So life insurance, actually, I would say accidental. I mean, me and my partner Rupa Shankar, we run more of a financial planning and overall financial services company. And one of the IPRU, I think RMs those days, he said, "Madam, you come from journalism, you know all the CEOs, so you should get into insurance." And I think 18 years ago, we had a priority circle branch where you are expected to bring all fat checks. So I told him, I those are the CEOs, because I'm in the Times. I mean, they're not because Srikala Bhashyam. Okay. But then I think they betted on me. So it worked. And let me tell you, first 2 years was very tough. I didn't sell a single policy for my first year.
Wow.
So I want to tell everyone out there, no, it's not so easy, but then you put your mind and work hard, then it becomes a habit. And what makes me going? I think that was your second question.
Yes.
Okay, what makes me going? I think
No,
money is
what?
important up to certain level. Okay,
Right.
and
Right.
afterwards, I think it's the joy of giving. And also for me, money is something, if I spend, it should not affect my life. That is what money to me. So if I buy a bag, if I travel, if I spend on anything, it should not make me, "Oh my God, I have spent so much." I should not get that feeling. That is the job of money for me.
So, what has been your most memorable travel memory?
See, I just recently happened to count how many countries I have visited. It's a good 40 to 50, nearing 50.
Wow.
And the first pick is UK, London, incidentally through iPru Star Club.
Wow.
So that's my
So
favorite.
wonderful. From travel memories to profession, what is your most memorable moment with iPro?
I would say the first MDRT, when I became the MDRT for the first time on December 31st. I think I still remember we had been to Sringeri with the family and we were short of 50,000 to become MDRT. And we were standing in the queue to go to the temple, and I was coordinating with my team and the client. I said, no, sir, you must take this policy. It's fantastic because that was my shortfall for MDRT. And
Right.
even today, I tell you, selling insurance gives me, kick, if you can use the word, rather than all other. I think that sense of achievement comes because it is tough. I think when you achieve something tough, only you get the joy. Same is with, your TOT, Star Club qualifications, it's literally running the race. And imagine, as you said, even almost nearly 2 decades, it still excites me.
Because you
Yeah.
speak about the insurance, you spoke about the being on call to the customer and your team. Our next segment is about moment of truth with customers, and it can't get better than that. We just want to start on that. So, any advice that you would like to give to the younger audience who wish to join insurance industry today?
Good question. Actually, I would bucket insurance into three phases from a customer's point of view. One is for early stage customers where you focus on term and things like that. And I mean, that's the formula I have followed. I hope if someone can pick it up or, if they find it useful, they can also follow that. And then you have this ULIPs where today with the taxation benefit, it's very good for even this 30 to 40s, where you need the tax free market linked return. So focus on that. And then your tax free returns products or guaranteed return products, focus for the HNI client because today most of the HNI clients are in the almost 40% tax bracket. So when you are giving them even a 6.5 or 7%, pre-tax is almost 9 to 10%. So think of it, an FD is not going to give you that kind of return, not only now, for the next 10, 20 years. So I would say HNI, when starting, where the liability cover needs to be taken care of, protection is important. Next phase is building wealth and then get into guaranteed return. So this is how, that's my formula. It has worked for me. So I'm sure all of us have different ways of doing business. This is what has worked for me. So for youngsters, this is the path you can take.
I have this question, a very exciting question about the journey. As a titanium eternal advisor at iPro, what kind of experiences have you gained while interacting with customers? And if you could recall any specific highlight and give us a little insight about that interaction with the audience, that it still comes back into memory line.
I think, see, as a titanium advisor, you know how to do it.
True.
You're used to those, handling those, the wealthy, the knowledgeable. So because today knowledge is everywhere, so you need to position yourself that you are better than those online searches. So that is when a client will take you serious. So for instance, I had a client when we sold 25 lakh annual premium policy
Wow.
and for imagine 10 to 12 year premium payment term. And this, my client is a HNI client for a bank. The
Okay.
entire banking from vice president level was in his office next day saying it is a bad product, don't take it. Okay. And then my client calls me. He says, I trust you, Srikala, but they have raised these 4, 5 queries. So if you justify that, I'll go with you. So experience and having handled clients for so many years, there were no questions asked after that. So blindly clients signed the form because I countered all those allegations from the private sector bank that it's not a good policy. I think it's all about focus on solution. I think don't even get, if you ask me, I don't even know the product names. I just give them as solutions and that works. So I think that comes with the experience of done business for so long. So that is the advantage of titanium. And when I tell clients, see, we are among the top, advisors in this particular company. So you don't worry, things will be taken care of. I think that gives them the huge comfort. So this is one anecdote I can think of.
With that thought, I'm going to go to the last segment of mine, which is about the pillars of strength. I think pillars of strength defines every individual, and your scenario, I want to ask this question. Behind every hard-working human stands a supportive partner or a family. How has your family helped you in this journey? And if any specific time of challenge where your family were the source of strength, please share with us.
Definitely. Of course, I think though my parents were against my entrepreneurial journey, my husband was fantastic. He said, "You go and pursue your dream." And he was all ready to support me. So the first support came from there. And I should not forget my daughter Ananya, who was, when I got into this profession business, she was in class 8 or something. So she's been the least demanding daughter because she's very academically very intelligent, unlike mom is academically very strong. And I have never sat with her or helped her in her studies, a very independent girl. Of course, today she's a management consultant herself and works for BCG. So, in fact, today it's reverse learning. We both discuss work and I tell her what are the organization issues we have, and we both discuss. She's now a partner in a different sense. And
Wow.
finally, my business partner, Rupa Shankar, who had the conviction to think, that she could take me as a partner and grow this together. I mean, not in the insurance, the other parts of the business. So, all these three people. And finally, my biggest motivation in my life is my mother, who kind of, dreamt big and made us believe that we should dream big. And that's how we could get there.
Dream big, and the dream shall come into reality. How do you balance life between family and work?
Okay. In fact, I give a lot of gyan on this in my motivation lectures. I think one is don't feel guilty about pursuing your profession and dream. And especially for women, no? I mean, we all have that extra load of managing family and profession. I think you need to make your family also independent. Don't think that without you, nothing runs. Everybody can manage their life with us and without us. So I think that we need to get it straight. And if you don't take your business and profession seriously, no one else is going to. So it's very important you take your work seriously, the rest will fall in place. And how do I manage my life and work? In fact, you'll be surprised. I feel I'm not at all a hardworking person. So I chill out a lot. I have big gang of friends. I make at least 10, 15 trips a year.
Wow.
All my RM script that I'm never there for meetings, I'm not available. But still, I work because for me, office is me. Today, you have a mobile, your office is with you. And to be able to do that, I think you have to be very good at time management. If you're not disciplined and if you're not a good time management person, it's difficult. So I think everybody has to be good with time management. Take time for yourself, because only when you take time for yourself, if you're not happy, you will not be, make others' life difficult. So that's my mantra.
All right, the next segment, life goals and aspirations. Behind your current activities and responsibilities, what are your future goals and aspirations?
See, today with 20 years almost of business experience, so we are getting ready for the phase two, both organizationally and professionally. Because even though I'm an insurance advisor, I have a big team of office. We have 8 to 9 people. So we are grooming, we are working towards succession planning because it's the hard earned business. So it can't be let go. So we are working towards that and bringing a lot of processes in place, invest in technology, invest in people, get a nice office. In fact, we keep resetting goals. I'm a person, every April, I do my analysis where we were and where we should be. And both me and my Rupa partner, Rupa Shankar, discuss that. So now we're in the process of grooming our team. And who knows, I think 5 years down the line, I'll have a CEO. Maybe you'll be interviewing my CEO.
Absolutely, I will. And I'm looking forward to that day as well to come very soon. My last question before we go to the most exciting segment is that what is more important to you? Quality of business or quantity of business?
Qualitatively, quantity business.
Wow. That is going to go in the, again, inverted comma. I like today how we are captioning out some important quotes from Srikala. Srikala, it's been a very, very inspiring episode so far, where we have clearly learned about one thing, that You're very grounded. And when you're grounded, you're modest, you have a perspective of all sides of life. So, Shrikala, this is the most exciting round because here I break the questions differently and you have to be very quick because this is a
Okay.
rapid fire. And I'm
Okay.
looking forward to some very exciting answers from you. So, let's go. Favorite spot in Bengaluru?
Favorite spot? Actually, my garden in my house where I read my morning newspaper.
Your
Yes.
favorite Kannada song?
Favorite Anisutide Yako into
Sea view, hill view, or natural greenery? I think natural greenery. Let me say
natural
that.
greenery. Yeah, I told you. No.
Bangaloreans, we know what we
Yes.
like.
Yes.
International or domestic, your choice of travel.
International. Though I
Okay.
want to cover more domestic, but first is international.
Mane Ota or street food.
Mane, actually, street food I like. Mane what I don't like. I cook myself, so not a great fan of my cooking.
Being from Bangalore, what do you like, cricket or football?
Cricket, of course.
Back in school, you like playing throw ball or you like playing coco?
Throw ball any day.
School life or college life?
College life.
Excitement or happiness?
Excitement.
Upendra or Punit Rajkumar?
Punit Rajkumar.
Dr. Rajkumar or Vishnuvardhan?
Dr. Rajkumar.
Your birthday you shared with, okay. Dosa, bisibale bhat or curd rice?
So,
Bengaluru or Bangalore?
Bangalore.
Thank you so very much for making our episode an enlightening one. Generally, it's inspiring, motivating, but I think very rarely we have found a very enlightening episode. And it's all because we have such an amazing human like you, Shrikala. Thank you so very much. If I have to wrap up the show in just about two, 3 points, I want to say you are a very happy, modest, grounded human. And we want to wish you all the very best in all your endeavors. And very soon you'll reach all the pinnacles while giving back to society. Thank you again for joining us here. ये बंदे मस्त हैं, जबरदस्त हैं क्योंकि बंदे अच्छे हैं. My name is Mithun Upadhyay with yet another enlightening episode. We take a bye-bye, but till next time, be happy, be inspired, and remember, exciting personality defines exciting stories. Here at Life Influences, Bande Achhe Hain, we are only here to inspire you. Thank you again. See you soon.
She is very passionate about what she does, especially in business, and she always loves and she has a very deep commitment of creating a wealth to her clients. And more important is that she wants to create a very sustainable organization. She is very focused to create a long term organization, and she is also very focused on future proofing her organization like a true entrepreneur. We all wish her the best.
Amma, I think there is no one who can be as excited about their hundreds of crores of AUM, how to grow it, while shopping for the next Kanjivaram sari for the next function, along with planning a trip with their friends. Please continue to inspire people like me to believe that it is possible to have the best of all worlds.